Hey, this is Landon here again. Just doing a quick video of some scales and the number theory on the piano. Trying to explain it to some people, or people asked for this video to kind of help break it down a little bit. So let's first start with the major scale. Major scale is pretty simple on the piano. In the key of C, if you start with C, all the white notes in the piano is the major scale of C. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C. That's the C major scale. That also happens to give you the pattern. C, and then you jump a black note, which is a whole step, to D. So you get a whole step, whole step. There's no black note between E and F, so that's a half step. So it's from the root, whole step, half, whole step, whole step, whole step, half. So two whole steps, half, three whole steps, and then a half to get you back to C, or back to your root. And again, the root note is simply the note where you're starting. So if you want to play a B flat scale, you would start with B flat. That would be your root note, and then you would do that pattern of whole step, half, whole step, whole step, half. So two whole steps, half, three whole steps, half. That's the major scale. So C again, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C. That is your major scale. Now, your minor scale is simply you're going to take the third note of that scale, okay, the sixth note of that scale, and the seventh note of that scale, and you're going to flat. Now, what does flat mean? Flat means you're going to take it a half step down or a half step to your left. Sharp means to take it a half step up to your right, up in tone. Flat is down in tone. So, for instance, in the key of C, so C, D, and then instead of playing E, which is your third tone, you're going to play an E flat. That's a 3 flat, right? You'll play your F, you'll play your G, but instead of playing your 6, which is A, you'll play an A flat, 6 flat. Instead of playing B, which is the 7, you'll play a 7 flat. Now, I'm saying these numbers, and you may be like, what are these numbers? So simply put, the number theory is basically, instead of just using letters, we associate a number to that position of tone. So in the major scale, if we're starting with the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C, you just simply start with the root and call it 1 and count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1. Okay? So that's the number theory. You're putting a number position to that scale. And what people will also do is apply that to chords. When they're saying, I'm playing in the key of C, play the 1 chord. Well, you go to that note, the first note is C, so play a C major chord, right? All right, and then they may say, okay, let's play a 4 major chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, 4 is your F, so you play F major chord. So that's where the numbers come in. Also, every basic chord that you can ever make, the basic chord, is usually based off some sort of combination of 1, 3, 5 of that scale. So again, C major, you're going to play a C, E, G, which is a 1, 3, 5. C minor, you're going to play a C, E flat, or the 1, 3 flat, G, 5, right? So again, if you want to go play a B flat is the 1, C, D, using whole step, half. So D is your 3, half is E flat, and then a whole step again to your 5 is F. So B flat, D, F. That's your B flat chord. So you can build chords using numbers. So the major scale is simply counting, or is simply that whole step, half step, whole step, half step pattern that is in the shape of all the white keys, which is the major scale of C. And then minor is simply flattening the third note, sixth note, and seventh note of those scales. And then using those minor scales and major scales is how you can build chords. So even if you see or someone asks you to play a flat chord and you've never played an A flat chord in your life, they're saying play A flat major. I've never played that. You can go to A flat and you can do the scale, whole step. That's the 2, whole step. Alright, so I'm at my 3, that's a C. Half step is my 4, whole step to my 5, which is A flat, C, and E flat. That's A flat major chord. 1, 3, 5. You can build your own chords. Especially when you're starting out, just your basic major and minor. So the number theory will help you build chords, help you understand a little bit about the scales. The scales are important for you to understand the basic foundation of songs, what you're playing, what you're playing makes sense, and all of that. I'll also tell you number theory is really good because it helps you learn to play by ear. It's a lot harder to try to memorize what an F sounds like versus what an A sounds like versus what a B flat minor sounds like. To memorize every tone, most people's ears cannot do that. But you can compare a 1 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6. Those, when you're playing in a key, a song, you can kind of hear what we call a resolve, or hear it when it kind of comes back to the 1 or the root. So let me give you an example. I'm going to play in a key of B flat, and I'm going to play a 1 B flat, a 4 E flat, a 6 minor G minor 7, back to an E flat, which is the 4, back to a 1. So that's 1, 4, 6 minor, 4, 1. Okay? Now watch this. B flat. I'm going to go down a little bit. B flat. E flat. G minor. E flat. Back to a 1. Alright, so when I go that 1, you kind of hear that resolve from the E flat. You can start to hear the difference of the chords and the changes and get those comparisons. So that is the basic major scale, minor scale, and then of course the number theory on the piano. So thank you for watching this video.